The Religion of Science, A Study in Being Right by Jonathan C. Blann. Preface. I never thought I would be a scientist. Well, I'm not an actual scientist. Not the way we typically think of scientists, working diligently in a lab coat with smoke flowing out of beakers. I reckon that's more the kind of scientist that works for the government, doing some top secret stuff, being mistreated by the soldiers guarding him right up until the moment he slips and falls into the man-sized container full of mystery liquids. Only to rise, where he will turn into the world's most heinous, science-y supervillain. I'm not that kind of scientist. There are others of us who use the principles of science to help other humans in a world full of variables that are very difficult to control. So we are science-minded, defining everything objectively, using sensitive measurements, and attempting to predict and control in ways that are effective. Official scientists are those who develop the principles we use, but they develop them in highly controlled environments, author articles in peer-reviewed journals, and speak on their findings and publications at national conferences. Whereas I'm more of the practitioner in applied settings, and attend conferences every couple of years to maintain my certification. I am getting ahead of myself, and I'm getting tangled up in the unnecessary distinctions between basic scientists and their applied practitioner brethren. Before I became a wielder of the methods commonly known as science, I was the furthest thing from a scientist. In my youth, I was not a very good student. I think I could learn fast, but I was never really interested in learning the things we were supposed to in school. In fact, I remember more than one teacher saying, "You are wasting your potential, Mr. Blann." Then they did nothing to build my motivation for learning. These silly gooses were supposed to have been our good teachers. Fortunately, I was in some of the classes with the not good teachers, coaches, who would frequently tell me and my mom, "John is really smart. I love him in my class, but I think he would do very well in honors classes." It really is amazing how far statements like these can go with kids lacking self-confidence. In my youth, I was very confident in my athletic skills, but not in the skills required in academic settings. For instance, I loved the idea of reading. I would see a book with a cool cover, read the synopsis, and get super excited to start reading. I remember a specific family trip we took when I was a kid. I bought the perfect book at the school fair days before our trip. The book was about strange-looking monsters that visited kids at night. We packed the car, prepped our snacks and entertainment, and we hit the road. I immediately opened the book, read a few pages, then my mind wandered elsewhere. I started over, and again, my mind was lost. Tried to start again. The process repeated itself. Finally, I put the book down, grabbed my Walkman, and listened to Bobby Brown sing his hit song, Every Little Step. The album, titled Don't Be Cruel, also featured his other hits, My Prerogative and I Really Love You Girl. And as a matter of fact, it blows my mind you would even talk to me. Because a girl like you is a dream come true, a real-life fantasy. No matter what your friends try to tell you, we were made to fall in love, and we will be together any kind of weather. It's like that. It's like that girl. I didn't open my awesome book for the rest of the trip. Instead, in between stops at the Cracker Barrel for meals and stays at the La Quintas in various towns across the South, I listened to hits from the 1980s and daydreamed about all the cool places I could take my future girlfriends. The mall. The arcade in the mall. The movies in the mall. But what I was not daydreaming about was nature or anything that had to do with science. I was not at all curious about nature and her processes. During those same early years, I was given a second-hand chemistry set. Upon being presented with it, I quickly walked to our backyard, full of excitement. I opened the box, pulled out the cylindrical containers and some packaged powders and tiny rocks. I stared at everything for about a minute. Confused as to what to do with the box's contents, I figured I would try again in a few more days. And then I put everything back in the box and grabbed a basketball. I turned on the garage stereo and shot baskets. During my solo game, never once did I think about the physics required to make the ball go through the hoop. I did, however, dream about playing professional ball with Joe Dumars and the rest of the Pistons, whilst my thoughts were consumed with imaginary future trips to the mall. I thank the Lord for you, and I think about you all the time and ask Him every day that you will forever be mine. I want to hold your hand to show you I'll be there. I like to do the things to let you know I care. All for Love by Color Me Bad. Instead of contemplating the laws of the universe, I was putting my financial hopes, NBA successes, and the relationship goals and dreams on this next dern. This next shot dern. Okay, this shot. Yes! After the shot was made, like I knew it would be, I would always reset what was up for grabs in my future, depending on whether I made or missed the next three-pointer. I never found an interest in science as a kid. I never found an interest in science in school. Science found me, interestingly, as an adult. In my second career as a special education teacher, I was on the other side of the very same educational system with students who did not behave the way society or teachers expected. In this era, in the world, our American culture and its teachers had an approach to addressing behavioral problems in schools that was similar to my three-pointer fortune shooting approach. If I make this shot, then Barry will behave for the next week. Damn! Okay. If I make this one, he will behave for the rest of the day. Damn it! Damn, Barry, stop it! Okay, relax, take a deep breath. Now, if I make this shot, Barry will behave for the next 10 seconds. So at least I can read the class direction. Damn it! Go to the principal's office, now! I didn't become a professional basketball player. And those teachers never produced a solution to problem children. But I had my first empirical question. This was the question that would lead me to become a career observer and investigator, aka a science practitioner. I was tasked with working with some kids who didn't fit the traditional mold of education. Many of my students had severe problem behavior and their academic skills were well below their peers. No one seemed to have the answers, and neither did I. But I had the question. Where do these problem behaviors come from?